Alright students, girls and boys, once again a very happy good evening to one and all. Myself Shabnam from the Code Ark, eventually delivering coding AI data science to reach out masses. Okay, fine students, the reason why we are starting early today because few of you had requested yesterday to discuss once again about call span and row span. Alright students, okay. Alright, call span and row span. So let's first try to finish off that topic which was your doubt, and then we will begin with today's day 6 of full stack web development with form part 2, because a part of the form we had done already yesterday, and with some frame related tag called as iframe, frame and frameset. I hope you understand. Okay. Good evening, everyone, guys. Fine. Good evening, everyone. All right. So I'm not aware of your status, like of the assignment and self-practice question that I had shared with you yesterday. How many of you were able to do? Some of you have even posted on WhatsApp groups the solution. I appreciate your work. Well, good. Okay. Some of them were very correct. Some of them were up to correct, and so on. Alright, so here we go without wasting any more minute of a time. This was something I guess I asked you to do yesterday. Right. So basically this is a table with 3 columns. My drawing would have shown the width of the 3 column different, but ideally table columns have identical width. Means table के columns जो होते हैं, row में जो columns होते हैं, their widths are same and uniform across. Okay, so as I told you a hint yesterday, we always take a row with largest number of column. That will be total columns of the table. So you see, first row is a row with 3 column, second row is a row with 2 column, third row is a row with no column, and fourth row is a row with just 1 column. Okay, there is no spanning, either call span or row span happening in the first row. So let us create a table with these rows, and first row is the simplest one. Okay, so here we go. Okay, to save our time, I have kept our Visual Studio Code open. Right now, by now, I hope you all have understood how to install extensions. 2 extensions so far we have installed. One called as a live server, other called as HTML preview. HTML preview keeps showing you the output as and when you code. Whereas for live server, you have to go back to the browser and check the output. Alright, okay, so whatever way you are comfortable with. Anyways, I go to create a new file. Okay, or let me directly create here. Okay, so name of the file is day 6 program1.html. Okay, so okay, fine. Like always, our HTML starts, HTML ends, head starts, head ends, head has a title, title starts, title ends. I give the title today as day 6, full stack web development. Body of the page start. Okay, just to revise. Just to revise today with the body, I'm also using BG color. Okay, say pink, light pink or pink. Body ends. Inside the body, I print some message like in a heading tag. Okay, following is the table. Right, H1 closes. Hoping you understand. Right, next, now the table tag starts. Table and table tag closes. Okay, this is the first row of the table. Row starts, row end. Okay, and it is row who always contains the column. Okay, so let me say this is column number 1. Okay, column 1. I'm opening this preview window here so that side by side simultaneously we can keep checking the output. Yes, good evening everyone. Good evening please. Yes, Chirag, in fact I went through your solution. It was really very good. At some places I found something better could have been done. If I find time, I'll revert back. Okay, column 1. Alright, so this is another column. This is column 2. Friends, today I show you one more thing. Instead of TD, we can use even TH. Okay, so you see the difference between TD and TH. TD means column data, TH means column header. Okay, column data and column header. So if you use column header, so it will ideally print it bold. Like for example, every column has a header, say name. So all the names will come. Address, all the addresses will come. Right? So TH हम तब use करते हैं when you want to distinguish data of the table with the title of the column. Okay, data inside the table, that is TD. But if you want to give some title to the column, then better make use of TH so that it appear bold as compared to other data in the same column. Alright, देख लो, एक बार देख लो. For example, say name and contact number. Contact number. I make this also as a column header. Okay, now since it is not looking like a table, so set some border. Okay, table can also have a background color. Give some border 1 or border 2. I have given 2. If you give 1, it looks like this. Right. If you give 4, the border keeps becoming harder. Okay, 2 looks good, so I stop here. Okay, if you don't mind, I'll do some copy paste now. So if I should do tr, I create another row, and now I use td. Okay, say name, for example Raj. Okay, contact number, so let me say 9334111 something like that. I am not checking whether it's a 10-digit number or not, just randomly entered. So this is the difference between TH and TD. Both TH and TD create column, but TH creates column with bold text, font as bold text, and TD creates data in the column with a normal text. Is it okay? Fine. Okay, I get rid of this. I don't want it. I go back to our table which we were creating. So first one is column 1. Second one is column 2. Okay. And third one is column 3. Right, column 3. So this is how the first row got created, correct? Let me give it a tick here. I think this was easy. Everybody could understand that. I'm audible to you, right? I think it was buffering, but now I'm audible to you, correct? Okay, what about now? Okay, guys. Okay, fine. Still buffering? Friends, is it still buffering? Hello, is it still buffering or it is all clear now? Can we go ahead? Fine. How about now? No, ma'am. No. Okay, guys. Fine. Take it. So these are the 3 columns, right? So I go to create a second row now. Second row. But if you could see, second row has merged 2 rows in the first column. Okay? Good. We can continue. Alright. One more time. second row has merged two rows in the first column as well as उसके पहले कॉलम में उसने टेबल के दो कॉलम को भी मर्ज कर दिया. That means currently where my mouse pointer is. Okay, friends, just a moment. One minute. I'm again connecting my account. Wait, guys, wait. I'm opening this image in Paint. That's the reason it is creating a hurdle here. Okay, so this box has actually merged two rows. And it has also merged two columns, correct? Merging the two columns, so we write here call span equals to. You see the two columns have been merged, right? And since it is also merging the two rows, so we write here row span equals 2. So the two rows will also be merged. रो को मर्ज होता हुआ वो अभी भले ना दिखाए, but shortly it will show you that the rows have also been merged. So let me write here something, column 3. Alright, now you have to code for this second column. Actually it is the third column, but for the second row it is the second column. So how do we do that? Another column starts. It is not merging any column, so we just write td. And let's say it is containing column number 4. Alright, fine. So this was the second row of the table, which has merged two rows. Am I right? I think if I'm not wrong, I think it was buffering. Never mind, I repeat again. This is the first column and this is the second column. Right? Second column has also merged two rows. Check, these are two different rows. Right? So what we have to do here, हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? Here in the second column we will write row span equals 2. Alright, fine. We can't write call span here because it is spanning only two rows. So row span equals 2. Right. So now let's start with the third row. tr. Okay, third row, people. Now actually what happens is this will be my third row. आपके लिए थर्ड रो होगा, चेक इट आउट. आपके लिए वो थर्ड रो हो सकता है, बट एक्चुअली टेबल का वो फोर्थ रो है. You will not code for the third row because third row is already merged in the second row, right? Third row got already merged in the second row, so you don't have to code for this tr. इस tr को इस tr ने merge कर दिया, so you don't have to code for this. It has already been coded, correct? So now directly talk about the next row. So accordingly, this is the first row for us, this is the second row for us, and this is the third row for us. Good? And if you could see third row, friends, third row has no column. It has merged all the three columns here, right? So there are no columns here. तो तीनों कॉलम को मर्ज करके उसने टेबल में एक ही कॉलम बनाया है. This is just entire row is a one single column. Correct? Entire row is one single column. So how we will go about it? Come on, how we will go about it? So this is the third row. td call span equals 3. Am I right? Call span equals 3. And say we want to write column number 5. Is that correct? Call span equals 3. What are we doing here? Something is going wrong. One minute, something has gone wrong here. Okay. I hope I have closed the tr here. Okay, tr closes, td closes. Row span 2 is correct. Okay, let me get rid of this tr just to troubleshoot what is gone wrong. Okay, and if I could go live and check also. I think it's not buffering now. Harshit, it is not buffering now. It is all correct, right? All set to go. Okay. One minute. 1, 2. We need one empty row here. Tr. 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 Correct. This was missing, people. This was missing. And now if I do tr and tt, so that's correct. I hope you understood what was the problem. Guys, we needed to code one empty row. You don't have to code the columns of that row because columns of that row have been merged with the row above. I hope you got my point. Harshit, column 3 repeats 2 times. No, Harshit. I think Chirag is right. Sorry, Chirag, I read your message late. Right? एक empty row code करना पड़ेगा. You're right. That's what we were missing there. Is it okay? You just have to create one empty row. You don't have to create columns of that row because columns in that row have been already merged above. Is it okay? Fine. So this was first row. This was the second row. And this is the third row whose columns have been already merged with the second row. Right? Okay. And even if you create column, that's fine. But वो अलग structure देगा. चलिए. tr opens, tr closes. Okay. tr closes. And inside this tr, I write td. td. Okay. Say column 5. Alright, what is the structure of the table? Okay, column 5. Alright, it has merged all the 3 columns. Right, so here what do we require is col span is equals to 3. Okay, and you can please align in the center. That is center, correct. Right, and I think we are left with one more tr. So that will be tr opens, tr closes. Last row of the table, what it is going to do, it is going to create one column and the second column has been merged with the third column. Alright, second column has been merged with the third column. Harshit, it is right now. Column 3 repeats 2 times, but it is right now. Abhi right ho gaya, dekhiye ek baar. So this is the first column, C7, and the second column of the row has been merged. So how to do that? Let's say td. So let me call it as column number 6. And another td with col span as 2. Alright, col span as 2. And what should I write here? Column number 7. Hoping you understand. Correct. And then again you want to say align equals center. Correct. Fine. So this is how the table is working. Friends, this is how the table is working with row span. Row span spans 2 rows and col span ideally spans 2 columns. Is that okay? All of us, I want to close this. Alright. Okay. Any other doubt? Is this row span, col span now understood? Okay, friend, what about the form tag? Did you remember the HTML form that we created yesterday? We created text box, we created radio button, we created check boxes. Is that correct? We also learned how to create a button, be it a submit button or a clear button or a reset button or any other button. I hope you got my point. Is it right? Okay, I will come to form part 2 after some time in the class today. But before that, I want you to understand the concept of HTML frames. We want to understand what is frame. This is altogether a new topic. What is frame? But before we understand frame, point number 1, अब तक के हमने जो भी प्रोग्राम लिखा in HTML right from day 1, these were all HTML4 code. Okay, HTML4 is a version of HTML older to HTML5. But most of the modern day websites and mobile apps outside nowadays use HTML5. There are many differences between HTML4 and HTML5. Alright, HTML4 और HTML5 में बहुत सारे differences है. But one of the major difference between the two is HTML5 has a great support to multimedia. At these tags we are going to learn tomorrow: audio tag, video tag, like how to play audio on a web page, how to play a video, how to embed a video in your web page and a website. I hope you got my point. Is that correct? So if you want to embed audio and video on your web page, so HTML4 is not sufficient. HTML4 का syntax काम नहीं करता है multimedia के साथ. आपको HTML version 5 में program code करना पड़ेगा. Is that correct? Fine. Okay, to declare any program as an HTML5 program, all that you have to do is, okay, let me say day 6 program 2.html. Okay, to declare any program as a HTML5 program, you just have to write opening angular bracket exclamation mark doc type HTML. Okay, don't write HTML5 here, we just write doc. Doc means document type HTML. Coding this line as a first line of the program, declare it to be HTML5 program. Alright, it sends message to the server that the file contain HTML5 version key code, not HTML4. And suppose if you do not mention this, by default it is HTML4. I hope you got my point. Is it okay? Fine. Rest, then as it is, your program starts HTML, head, title. I skip title and I just write body, and most of the tags supported by HTML are also supported by HTML5. लगभग सारे टैग्स हैं. कुछ ऐसे टैग भी है जो सिर्फ HTML4 तक ही काम करते थे. HTML5 में they have come in an improved version. One such tag we are going to use today. Paragraph is common whether you code a program in HTML4 or HTML5. So if I write here hello, how are you? So that's what is an output, but this is an HTML5 program. Okay, doc type HTML, declare this code to be of the version 5. Alright, okay, some explanations I have also written on the PPT which I shall soon share with you. Okay, here it comes. Okay, key features of HTML5. Okay, key features of HTML5. People, first of all, it supports geolocation feature. Okay, for the people who understand geolocation, using geolocation we can track device ka whereby, means device's location using GPS, correct? That's called as geolocation. So if you want some kind of GPS or geolocation feature on your web page, like Uber, Ola does, you can track where is the vehicle, am I right? Where are you traveling? We can track from an app. Or maybe Amazon does, you can actually track the delivery status. Boys and girls, this is right or not? Okay, many websites offer you, even you can check your delivery status. आपका parcel अभी कहाँ तक पहुँचा? अरे, but in order to check the status, we need geolocation feature on your web page or app or a website. Okay, so these features were not supported by HTML4, the old version of HTML, which is now supported by HTML5. Okay, HTML5 provides you a very rich support to audio video tags. As I told you, we'll be learning them tomorrow. Another strong feature of HTML5 is it supports cross-browser compatibility. Means it can be executed under any type of browser, be it Chrome, be it Mozilla Firefox, be it Edge, be it Internet Explorer, be it Opera, and the list goes on. राइट। HTML4 की कुछ लिमिटेशंस होते हैं, certain tags cannot be supported in certain browser, right? But this is never an issue in HTML5. Alright, and HTML5 is also very suitable for animation, graphics and game development kind of application. Alright, so if you're developing a game and you want a front end to be enriched using HTML features, so HTML5 is indeed a very good option. This इतना सारा feature HTML4 में available नहीं है. Alright, somebody who could please make me acknowledge in the chat section, are you understanding the difference between HTML4 and 5? These are not the only 4 differences, there are many more. I have pinned here on PPT those which are very important. Friends, all of us, is it clear the difference between HTML4 and HTML5 as well as how to write HTML5 program? Okay, I shall wait for your reply in the chat section. Now let me first show you what do we mean by frames. Okay, 1 minute. One minute guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I would okay, so finally I got the cursor here. I got the cursor, but I got it. Anyways, okay, so let me keep this code incomplete here as it is. I close this preview as well. Okay, I create another new file, say day6 program3.html. It's a very new story now called as HTML frames. Alright guys, remember frame is not supported by HTML5. HTML5 instead nowadays supports a tag called as an iframe. Okay, we are learning frame and frames were supported only by HTML4 or till HTML4. HTML5 instead supports the iframe. Right? But before I could teach you what is iframe or an inline frame, आपको पहले समझना पड़ेगा frame क्या होती है. Okay, HTML में हम frames किसको कहते हैं? Frame means dividing the web page into multiple section. Okay, have a look please, have a look. Dividing the web page into multiple. Okay, this is our web page. Okay, I want my web page to be divided into these 3 parts. First part, second part and the third part. Okay, this is not a table people, entire web page is divided into so many parts. You know, even if you look at the Facebook, say I open the Facebook and this is the home page of my Facebook. Okay, say this is the dashboard. Maybe this is a left hand side panel which gives you option of maybe different post or links or settings or logout or etc. This is the area of my dashboard. Okay, and maybe I have some yet another section here, something reserved for messenger or something reserved for some advertisement, something reserved for some other setup. Is that correct? So this is called as dividing a web page into different sections. Okay, now if you see, I have divided my web page into 1, 2, 3 section because in the first section I want to load a different web page. In the second section I want to display another web page and in the third section I want to display a third web page. मतलब एक ही पेज में आप 3 पेज का काम कर रहे हो, right? So let's चलो people, it is HTML. Okay, HTML starts, HTML closes. Okay, remember it's connected guys, we are connected back here. Okay, alright, remember this is my head starts, head closes. Head has a title. Title starts, title closes. I again write day 6 frame tag. Okay, frame tags. Alright, first of all, remember the frames are never coded inside the body, so you don't need the body here. iframe को आप अगर body tag में code करोगे चलेगा. The frames don't need a body section. Right. So this is what is a frame set. First we say frame set. Okay, frame set people. Rows, because I want to divide my web page into 3 rows. Alright. So I say rows something like this: 30%, 30%. How much remains? 30, 30, and say 40 remains. Now you need to make the total of 100%. So 40%. And suppose if you don't want to count how much is remaining, so you can simply write asterisk. That means jitna bacha wo sab. Alright. So I want to divide my web page into these 3 section like this. So if you want, you can check the output here. Okay, if it doesn't show, never mind. If it doesn't show. Start day 6 program 3.html. Okay, my live server is engaged behind. That's the reason I use this method. Alright. Okay, fine. It doesn't show me anything. So let me show you, do it this way. Look. Now, when you write first frame, every frame set has a frame. When you write first frame, that means you are targeting to the first section of the frame set. Okay, say frame. I just give some name to this frame. Name is equals to F1. Okay, that's it. It doesn't contain anything inside. So I stop here. Okay, it still doesn't display you anything because we don't have anything inside the frame. Okay, so what do we do here? 1 minute रुक जाइए. One, say program 1.html. Inside this, I just code one h1 tag. I'm not completing the formality. बाकी सब आप पे छोड़ दिया. आप head, body, title बराबर लिखोगे. Just for testing, experimenting purpose, writing h1. Say this is the first frame. Okay. And keeping it saved. इसको save रखा. Come back to day 3. Frame name is equals to f1 and src is equal to p1.html. That means in the first frame. My friend, आप frame set के अंदर जब पहला frame लिखते हो, that means आप उसके first section की बात कर रहे हो. Alright, so name I have given to this frame as f1 and src as p1.html. If it works well, if it doesn't, then I'll tell you what would be done. Okay, it is here. Right, so that means this is the output of p1.html, correct? Stop me in case if you don't understand. Stop me. Now inside the frame set, देखिए गौर से देखिए हम frame set के अंदर काम कर रहे हैं. Inside the frame set, now when you use next frame, give some name. That will always be helpful. And src means source. I want say p2.html. Okay, now you don't have p2, never mind. So let me create one file p2.html. Okay, over here in h1 tag, I write on or let me say like this: body bg color is equals to green, pink, blue, whatever you want. Okay, inside body, I say this is the second frame. Save it. Come to your program, and I think it was already saved with p2.html. Please refresh the page behind. Okay, you understanding? Right? I hope you're understanding what's happening. Right. So let me create one third file here. Say p3.html. To save our time, I copy the code of P2 and paste it into P3. I just make some changes in the BG color, say green or light green, both of them work. Come back to day 6. Now when you talk about the frame set के अंदर जब आप अभी frame लिखते हो, that means you are talking about the third section. Right? So frame name is equals to whatever name you want to give to it, like this. src is equals to let us say p3.html. Okay, that means in this frame we want p3.html to be the source file. Check once. I hope you got that. Right, so this is one page, one web page, day 6 program 3.html, one web page actually showing the output of 3 different pages. Is it okay? Fine. आप चाहते तो यहाँ पर वो टेबल वाला प्रोग्राम भी ओपन कर सकते थे, like this. Say in the first frame I want to launch that table. So what it was, I think हमने उसको किस में कोड किया था, day 6 program 1.html. So it was day 6 program 1.html. Let's check. Okay, something like this. Okay, I think I did not save it. That is the reason it is showing me also unsaved here. Yeah, it was not saved. I hope you got my point. So the table has been loaded here. Yes, you can align it in the center. You can do many things. Now suppose even the first section I want to break into 3 parts. Okay, जो पहला वाला फ्रेम है उसको भी हमें 3 पार्ट में break करना है. Guys, I hope I am audible to you and you are understanding. Is the frame set been clear? Hello, is a frame set, somebody acknowledge only, then I can go ahead from here. आप frame set समझ रहे? No? Yes ma'am, clear. Okay, then tell me what will happen now. अभी क्या होगा जरा बताइए. Instead of rows, what if I write calls? Instead of rows, if I write calls, so I save this, and if I could run this, so that means the web page is divided into these columns. Right? The first column I want to be 20% just to give you the look of a Facebook. Okay, second column I want to be say 70%, and the third column whatever remaining. Save. I hope you understand. Is that correct? Fine. All of us. I just change the width of the columns, people. Column की width हमने बदल दिया. That's it. Fine. Column की width हमने बदल रखा. अच्छा, it is possible sometime that say this is the first frame now. One frame can also be divided into many other subframe. How to do it? See. So now if you do frame set. Okay. Rows is equal to say 50%. 50%. Understood? 50%, 50%. Close frame set. Close frame set. अच्छा, that means you want to yet divided. अभी किसको वो break करेगा? The first 20% is now broken into 50%, 50%. I hope you got my point. Is it okay? I think I have to write the frame tag, frame src. Name is optional, so I skip for a time being. src p1. P1 is unused, so let me use that file p1.html. एक बार चेक करो आउटपुट यहाँ तक. Alright, so this is p1.html. This is the first frame. And again, if I use frame src is equals to, I don't have any other file, so let me use again p1.html. You use something else. Save this. Run this. Hoping you are understanding. Right? So inside frame set we have another frame set. We have nested a frame set under frame set. You got my point? Yes, vertical layouts, you are correct. And I told 50%, 50%. It could be even like this, 50%, 30%, and then 10%, and then whatever is remaining. Are you understanding? And then again 10%. So I think it deserves 4 frames now So frame जैसे Amazon करता है, people so many sections on the page. Okay, now you code for some proper page. I'm writing again p1.html. Check it out. So this is how it goes. And the remaining 10%, I think it will demand one more frame. So total 4 frames because it has been divided into 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it okay? Save. Again refresh. So something like that. I hope you got my point. What happened? What is the problem here? 50, 30, 80. Okay, I forgot to write percentage. That's why. This is the mistake, people. Coding error tha. So percentage. Okay, maybe something like this. If the content is more, it will provide you a scroll bar on the page or in the frame. Alright? Yes, Preeti. 60, yes. Correct. Alright? That means now guys, ये frame set अंदर वाले frame set से बाहर निकलने के बाद, if you write frame, so that means now you're talking about this 70% area of the page. Is that correct? Even this 70% area you want, you can divide further into 2 frame sets like this. Frame set rows is equals to 50% and whatever remaining. Frame set closes. Okay, I copy this line. I paste it. So let me show you what happens. Okay, and Control C, Control V, and here instead of program 1 I'm writing program 2.html. I don't know what is the output. Let's see. Okay, so this way. Correct? I don't go yet further to break the third frame, hoping you are understanding. Is that very clear to all of us? This is how frame and frame set works in your HTML4. Alright, but when you talk about HTML5, people, okay, when you talk about HTML5, first of all, for HTML5 to start the code with, you have to declare the first line as doc type HTML. Alright, next, that means it's an HTML5 code now. Abhi HTML5 ka code hai. Inside the body, you don't have to declare frame set, you don't have to declare frame. ये दोनों भी यहाँ पर deprecated tags है, outdated tags है. Directly make use of iframe. Okay, iframe means inline frame. It creates a window inline. Okay, so I say iframe src is equal to, people, src is equal to, can we take p1.html? Okay, let's run the code till here. I say save. I say save. Which program is this? Program 2.html. Okay, so I run that. You understood how does it look? Okay, so this is the first frame and paragraph comes after that. So this is called as an inline frame. And suppose if the frame contains too much of data, then it will automatically scroll up and down like this. P1, right? Where is P1? This is P1. Okay, say I have another tag and this time it is H2. I have another tag and this time it is H3. Okay. So if I could rerun it, I hope you got my point. So because the content is too much, you check the content is too much, it has automatically added the vertical scroll bar. Similarly, depending, it could also add horizontal scroll bar. And suppose you want this frame to be a little wider, थोड़ा चौड़ा चाहिए आपको, हाँ तो उसका width height सब set करना चाहिए था. You have just written iframe, where it is here. Okay, you have just written iframe and with one attribute src. It comes with many more attributes. For example, width is equals to, say, 40%. Let me check. Okay, so it has increased. So if I say width is equals to 100%, I think it has taken the complete width of the screen. Girls and boys, are you understanding? Fine. So I come back here, I say again 40%. Okay, and उसके बाद में I want another inline frame src is equals to p2.html. Okay, so let me check what happens. Is it clear? You want to adjust this width, you again do that. Width and height also can be adjusted like this. Height is equals to 50%. Same. Okay, not happening. 80%. Sometimes it sets up with the default height. Okay, never mind. If I change the height here also, 80%. Okay, so if I could get rid of this paragraph last time and check if it happens, well, if it doesn't, so we work with the default height out. Okay, fine. Let's be happy with what is happening. Okay, but suppose if I want to use one more frame, src is equals to, people, src is equals to something like this, https://www.google.com. Okay, google.com. Let's check. Okay, it has refused to make the connection. Let me check why. Or one minute. If I could open in Chrome and see. Okay, let me do this way. Control C. Although it is correct, but I still do it. If it is still not happening, that means I will have to check my permissions in firewall. Okay, save it. Run this. Alright, never mind. I'll keep my firewall permission sorted out. If it says refuse, that means my firewall is refusing for any outside connection. Is it okay? Fine. Yes, madam. But Raji Guru, I have already given HTTP. What? It isn't showing me any error. It says the connection is refused. That means that is due to some security protocols of your firewall which is installed. I hope you got my point. Okay, so yeah, iframe isn't working. Who's yours or mine? iframe? I think iframe should be iframe works with HTML5. Okay, iframe HTML5 में ही काम करता है because HTML5 के पास frame और frameset नहीं है. Hoping you're understanding it. That concept of rows, calls, divide and all, programmer will not sit and keep calculating. So iframe works only with HTML5. That's it. Is that very clear to all of us? Okay, ठीक है? Alright. Now moving ahead, let me write here day 6. Program 4.html. Day 6 program 4.html. HTML. I don't code for the head section. I directly code for body here. Body opens, body closes. People, form. Come on, form. Now, form opens, form closes. Okay. I have input or before input, let me just write label. Enter your name. Label ends. Okay. Input type is equals to text. Input type is equals to text. I think somebody was asking me yesterday what is this. Okay, this is called as self-close tags. Okay, ideally the tags who are not container tag, means those which are the standalone tags, उनको हम ऐसे close करते. But in my opinion, even if you don't close, it is okay. This is equivalent to closing input. Okay, so input opens, input closes. First of all, input is not a container tag. If it is not a container tag, so even if you don't close, it is okay. और अगर close करना है तो ये shorthand method होता है. That means it is closed and opened both. Are you understanding? This tag is opened and closed both. Similarly, it is applicable even to image tag. Image, src is equals to whatever. Now because image doesn't have any closing, but if you still want to close, you can do like this, opened also and closed also, right? Opening or closing के बीच में, come on, in between opening and closing, and suppose if there is nothing contained, right? There is nothing contained, so only then it can be done. Like you cannot expect this thing to be with paragraph. How can you open and close paragraph both at a time? Paragraph is a container tag, right? It's going to write something here. This is forms. This is a form. So this here we can't do. It has to close separately. Self-close tag is not applicable to container tag. Self-close tags are applicable only to standalone tags who do not contain any data within or inside. Alright, fine. Even if you do not close input, it is okay. So enter your name, copying, pasting. Say enter your password. Okay, so input type is not text for it, it is password. Okay, and I create one button here called as input type is equals to submit. Okay, and value also equals to submit. I hope you got me. Even if you don't close input, it is okay. You close, that is also fine. So let me save this. Let me save this and let me run this. Program 4. Enter your name, enter your password. Okay, let me give a break here. Enter your name, enter your password. Let me give a break here as well. Break and break. Hoping you are understanding. Is it fine? Okay, so I enter the name as say. I enter the name as, for example, Pooja, and password as something something. Is it okay? Fine. Now first of all, when I click to submit button, nothing is happening here. But when I click to submit button, I should be taken to another page with a message hello. Okay. So what I do is I create another page. Let me call it as myprogram.html. Okay. I'm just writing h1 tag here. You code it properly. I'm doing so that we can save our time. Say hello. h1 closes. Save it. What is the name of this program? myprogram.html. Come back to your form. और जहां पर आपने फॉर्म लिखा था वहां पर now write action is equals to myprogram.html. Okay, now what is the meaning of action? Means on clicking submit button, which page user should be redirected to. Okay, for example, when you create a sign up form in Facebook, or when you fill up the sign up form in the Facebook, after you click to register, it takes you to another page. Now login. Am I right? Facebook का login page पर जब हम जाते हैं, when we write username and password and we say login, we are taken to our home page. Right? तो इस तरह का form का data submit करने पर where we should be redirected to, that is defined by action. I hope you understand my point. Right? After submitting the form, what output should we be redirected to? Which page should we be taken to? That is answered by action. So if someone clicks on submit, you take me to myprogram.html. Let's see. I refresh it. Name, say Pooja. Password, something something something. I say submit. Is it okay? So that is what is the meaning of action. I hope you got my point. That is what is the meaning of action. Absolutely correct. Fine. All of us. ठीक है? अच्छा, there is another, take to another page. Yes, correct. Correct, Navin. Right. Now there is another attribute of form tag called as method. People, this is very, very important. Okay, when you don't write method, the default method is get. Okay, where is my slide? Okay, get. This is the word get. But there are two methods. One is get, another is post. Alright, one is get and another is post. Now, what does this method does? Come on, method is equals to data from client to server from the form is transported by protocol HTTP. आप समझ रहे हो what I'm talking? It's like a postman people. वो बीच में आने लेटर पहुंचाने वाला postman है. I write letter for example to Navin. So I am the sender, Navin is the receiver. But we both want some agent in between to transport the data, correct or not? So HTTP is as a kind of transfer protocol who transfers request or data from client to server, server to client. I hope you got my point. But this data is transported by HTTP in two different methods, either get or post. आप नहीं बताओगे तो default method is always get. But if you work with get method, it is risky. Understood? अगर hack हो गया ना, सारा data open रहता है. Because if the method is get, this postman takes the letter open and go. Understood? खुला सबको दिख रहा है. Understood? लेटर में क्या लिखा है? मैंने जो नवीन को लेटर लिखा उसमें क्या लिखा है? ये पोस्टमैन ऐसे खुला लेकर जाता है, भाई सब देखो. But if the method is post, postman hides the content of the letter and takes from client to server. I hope you got my point. Is it okay? Fine. I'll show you one example check. I gave you one good example. Say I go to Chrome. I open Chrome. Okay, and I search here. Ganesh Chaturthi 2023. Something like this. You search whatever you want. I say enter. You see whatever I have typed in this text box. People, this is a text box, right? ये क्या है? ये text box है. Fine. वो जब हम CSS सीखेंगे तभी I will show you how can we create this rounded text box. This rounded button. See, these are nothing but the buttons. Am I right? Okay, start date of Chaturthi, or maybe in Hindi, or maybe something, or Visarjan date, and so on and so forth. So these are nothing but buttons with a little different effect. ये सब buttons हो गए. Right? तो आप यहाँ पर URL अगर देखोगे, Q for query, my friend, whatever you have typed, that is open in the URL. Correct or not? Ganesh plus Chaturthi plus 2023. So the string gets appended in the URL in open format if the method of transport is get. Alright, but if the method of transport is post, the string is never open in the format or in the URL. वो कभी भी URL में append नहीं होता है. Alright, now why Google keeps it open? Because it is okay. You are searching information about something. This data was not as sensitive as a password or CVV or PIN code of my debit card or credit card, that even if it is open, so there could be some danger. Am I right? Fine. So that is the difference between get and post. So if you write get, all the form ka data from client to server during submission will be taken in open format by appending it in the URL. Right? Name Pooja, password Apple, age 32, for example. अरे बट ये सारा डेटा मुझे URL में अपेंड करके नहीं दिखाना है सबको. If you were so cautious, इतनी ही चिंता थी आपको, you should have mentioned the method as post. Alright, मैम फिर तो get method में डेटा की लेंथ पे भी कुछ लिमिट होगा. Yes my friend, yes, you are right. In fact, I have mentioned here in the list. Okay, that is 2048 characters. Okay, 2048 characters. Chirag, I hope your question is answered. 2048 character, but post has no size limitation. Okay, post has absolutely no size का limitation. Alright, there is one drawback of post. Get method से हम page को bookmark कर सकते हैं. You understand bookmarking, right? Bookmark. But with post method we cannot bookmark the page because the content to be bookmarked in URL is hidden. I hope you got my point. Right? So this is the basic difference between get and post. Hoping you are understanding. अच्छा, एक और चीज अगर आप देखोगे तो when I submitted this form, where it is gone, check, come back again, पूछा password is what, something something something, I say submit, and I got the output in the same page, right? I got the output in the same page. If you want, you can also define target like this. Let me see how many of you understand. Target is equals to, say, blank. Check what happens. Puja, whatever. I hope you understood. That means this page was where I entered the password, but I got, on clicking on submit, I got output on a new window. Am I right? So blank means what? You should be redirected to another page in a new tab. I hope you got my point. In a new tab. Got it? And if you see the other options available here, default is self. Self means what? In the self page itself. Yes, target blank. That's what I want to say. Underscore blank people. I hope you got my point. किसी फ्रेम के अंदर भी हम ओपन कर सकते हैं, याद रखिए, बस वो फ्रेम को नेम देना पड़ता है. You can even attempt to open it in a new frame as well. I hope you got my point. Is that clear? Fine. Okay, I still want to show you how to create a drop down list. Say enter your name, enter your password, and select your city. Okay, select your city. So how do we code for select box? Okay, select is ideally the drop down menu. देखिए अभी अभी आया था आपके सामने. So if I say like this, Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, you see when I click on this small arrow mark, it drops down. That is called as a select box. It's a selection. So select filters or select images or select shopping, select maps, select news. तो ऐसा box कैसे बनेगा? Alright. All that you have to do is just come here. Okay. I just give a break. And we say select. Give some ID. ID means a unique identifier. Every tag can be identified by only one ID. Okay, the day we start coding JavaScript, it becomes a usual practice for us to give ID to every element, HTML element. Okay, ID uniquely identifies element on the page. I hope you got my point. Is it okay? ID uniquely identifies the element on the page. So ID as, say, city, and before that I give some messages. Select. Okay, I'm not using label. Select your city. Okay, select box open, select box closes, and in between select we have option. Okay, say Mumbai, option closes. Always give some value also here, because आपने कौन सा select किया, सर्वर पर ये value जाता है. This is just a caption which is displayed on the screen, but the data selected is identified by the value. You select Mumbai, and this will be the value which will get active. Okay, so inside select box we create multiple options. So this is option 1, option number 2, say Bhopal. Okay, number 3, say Ahmedabad. Number 4, let me say New Delhi. Okay, let me run till here. यहाँ तक run करके देखते हैं. So select your city. But I find everywhere Mumbai. But if I select this Mumbai, information to the server sent will be Ahmedabad, because this is the third list or third option, correct? Fine. Okay, anyways, that was just to show you. So this is Bhopal. This is Ahmedabad. I'm writing in short. And this is New Delhi. Finish. Okay. So enter your name, something something. Enter your password, something something. Enter your city. See, I selected Delhi. I hope you got my point. Is it okay? Yes, it creates a drop down list. Okay, parent is nothing, my friend. Those who are asking me about the parent is nothing but it acts just like a self with a minor difference. Check it out. Parent, and I click on submit button here. So that means it is not self blank. It is opening it in a new tab. Okay, parent is nothing but like a new parent window or a new parent tab. Is it okay? Fine. That's the reason I didn't discuss, because there is no difference between parent and your blank keyboard. I hope you got my point. All of us fine. Let's quickly summarize all that we have learned today. We learned the concept of call span and row span one more time. Later we started creating sections on the page, first with HTML4, but since HTML5 has stopped the usage of frame set and frame tags, HTML5 makes use of iframe, so we discuss HTML5 and iframe as well. एक बार नोटपैड पे लिख देते क्या क्या किया. Okay, so we started with row span, call span. Then we move to frames and frame set and frame. Okay, but this is supported only till HTML4. And by default, if you do not mention which program you are writing, so it is HTML4. For HTML5, you need to explicitly write and mention doc type HTML. Correct? Okay, next we started talking about iframe tag, which is supported by HTML5. Correct? Next we need to we talked about forms. And what did we talk about form today? We talk about select box. We talk about form options. Which were the options we talked about? That is name of the form, method of the form, which is either get or post, target, where you want to present the form, or let me say where you want to redirect the page to on submission of the form, and action, which says which page you want to redirect to if someone clicks the submit button. Okay, Akila is asking, what if you want to get to different page on clicking different buttons, ma'am? Okay, Akila, I'll code this thing tomorrow. Okay, just remind me again and I'll code and show you. Is it okay? Fine. Take to another page. Alright, guys. Any question from your end? Is the concept of form, get, post, target, action, HTML5, iframe all understood? Okay. If any doubt, please post your question in the chat section. By the time I send you the link. Okay. So for attendance today, alright. And in case if someone have newly joined us today, so this is our WhatsApp group. Hoping you will understand. Alright. Okay, Chirag, assignment for today I will post after the class on the WhatsApp group. Is that okay? Fine. Assignment will be based on our form tag. Or sorry, not form, frame. Okay, frame set, that is multiple rows and multiple sections. That way. Please do practice more for row span, call span. And now tomorrow when I meet you, people, we'll be talking about HTML for the first 10-15 minutes or maybe half an hour maximum. That will be for multimedia, audio tag, video tag, SVG, audio tag, video tag. How to include multimedia on the page. And then after that we will talk about CSS. So कल से हम लगभग CSS start करेंगे. Is that okay? Fine. Alright, post your questions as a doubt, whatever you have in the chat section. See you back tomorrow once again at 4 p.m. Alright.